Okay, we are live on YouTube with the table read for Christmas is Canceled, which is a holiday special that I wrote. We usually do pilots. This is not a pilot. I apologize to all the studio execs watching. And yeah, so we got an amazing cast. We got Saul Fussiner, Brian Ariotti, Emily Jira, Courtney Perdue, Julia Stier, Marietta Costa, and Anthony Gioe. All right, so I will be reading screen directions. This is Christmas is Canceled. Act 1, interior, Ryan's parents' house, morning. Ryan Sartor, 36, walks into the house carrying DVDs.
Mom, Dad, I'm home. I got Elf, Home Alone, Family Stone, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, this Christmas.
Ryan's parents are Nancy and Michael, have their arms crossed.
Yeah, Time Machine. Who watches DVDs anymore?
Honey, we need to talk.
Ryan looks down and sees his suitcase by the door.
Are you guys going somewhere?
Those are your bags. You're moving out tonight.
On December 23rd?
It's time for you to move beyond this life.
You make it sound like I'm dying. It's embarrassing enough that I'm in my mid-30s, living with my parents, no job prospects whatsoever. You don't need to rub it in my face.
Yeah, well, our financial advisor keeps rubbing it in our faces.
Where am I supposed to live?
We found you a nice room at the Mayflower Hotel, and we're even going to pay for the first 2 months' rent.
That place is a flop house. People do drugs. There are sex workers.
Maybe you'll finally meet somebody and settle down.
Fine, I'll move out. Can I please just host my Christmas film festival here before I go?
Any guests this year, or is it just the three of us like always?
Well, I did invite someone special.
But I think my little guy got a letter from the North Pole.
Yes!
Ryan grabs the envelope and opens it.
Dear Ryan, I would be honored to attend your Christmas film festival. Signed, Santa Claus.
Let me see that.
Dad grabs the letter and puts it in Ryan's face.
Your mom wrote this. You don't recognize her handwriting?
Michael, stop.
He's 36 years old.
Exactly. If he hasn't figured it out by now, he never will.
Figured what out?
Nothing, honey. Who wants to hang garland?
Don't you think it's weird that you always write Santa Claus a letter and he always says he'll come to your film festival and then he just never shows up?
He's busy.
He can't be busy because he's not
Michael.
real. He's not real.
Oh, sure. Then who delivers presents on Christmas?
Great point. That settles it. Eggnog?
We buy the presents, just like we buy everything else. You think little dairy-free fairies go out and gather your oat milk? We get it from the grocery store.
I know for a fact you guys order oat milk from Amazon, which is disappointing, and I've been meaning to talk to you about it. Also, wait, Santa Claus isn't real?
He's real in your heart, honey.
Ryan turns on the TV.
I've got to start the Home Alone DVD.
He hits play and then steps into a closet, closing the door. Interior closet moments later. Nancy opens the door and sees Ryan huddled against coats.
Sweetie, aren't you going to introduce the movie with trivia? Last year, you told us that after the film's success, Home Alone became a verb. I love your fun facts.
I think Dad is wrong about Santa.
Maybe he is. He's under a lot of pressure at work.
He retired 5 years ago.
You know what I mean. Just come out and enjoy the film festival with us one last time.
Can't you guys kick me out on January 1st so we don't ruin the holidays?
We're fine ruining them.
Nancy starts to leave.
Hey, Mom, did you know that Joe Pesci really bit Macaulay Culkin's finger and it left a scar?
I've actually heard that one before.
Close the door.
Interior front door continuous. The doorbell rings. Michael walks up and opens it. Standing in the doorway in a fur-trimmed red jacket and pants with a buckled belt, a matching hat, and black boots is the man himself, Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho. You must be Ryan's dad. He hasn't started Home Alone yet, has he?
Michael looks past Santa Claus and sees his sleigh and 8 reindeer floating in the air above his front lawn. Michael faints, falling over. Nancy hears the thud and runs up.
Oh, honey.
She looks up and sees Santa Claus and the floating reindeer and sleigh behind him. Nancy faints as well. Interior, Ryan's parents' house, closet, later. Michael and Nancy open the closet door. Ryan is sitting on a pile of coats he took off their hangers.
Our jackets, they're all wrinkled.
Jackets don't get wrinkled.
Never mind that. Santa Claus is here.
Very funny. You told me he's not real.
Santa is real. And he's here for your film festival.
I guess that means one thing for sure, huh?
You still have to move out.
No, I meant I was right.
Okay.
So say it.
Ryan.
You were right. Are you happy?
And say that you were wrong.
How about I just kick you out of the house now in front of Santa Claus?
Yeah, I don't want to find out if you're bluffing. I'll drop it.
Interior, Ryan's parents' house, living room, continuous. Ryan walks out and sees Santa Claus sitting on his couch.
Hey, Santa. Great to meet.
Wait, shut up. Kevin's talking to the old guy with the shovel.
Santa Claus is intently watching Home Alone. Ryan turns to Michael and Nancy.
He's a real Christmas movie buff. I knew he would be.
I'm serious. Be quiet or I'll make you go outside and shovel reindeer poop.
Interior, Ryan's parents' house, living room, later. The end credits roll. Santa Claus turns to Ryan.
I'm glad I could finally make it to your film festival. I always wanted to come, but just got busy.
You made it just in time. This is the last one.
Angle on the front door where there's a knock. Nancy and Michael answer. There are a bunch of kids and parents at the door, standing in front of the floating reindeer and sleigh. They peek past Nancy and Michael, looking at Santa.
Sure, we'll check.
Nancy and Michael walk over to Santa.
Hey there, Santa. Some of our neighbors were wondering if they could meet you.
Rye guy, what kind of security you got here?
I'll take care of it. In the meantime, maybe make the reindeer and sleigh invisible. That'll keep away the riffraff.
Good thinking, bro.
Santa Claus snaps his fingers. The reindeer and sleigh turn invisible. Ryan gets up and walks over to the door.
Write your letters to the North Pole. Visit the mall, Santa. Big Red isn't taking visitors.
Disappointed parents and children walk away. One adult hits his head on the invisible sleigh. Another child stands in the yard too long, and invisible reindeer poop falls on his head, matting his hair. The child sniffs the air and cries. Ryan sits back down next to Santa.
Thanks for handling that. What's up next?
The Santa Claus.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good one. Really shows all of the pressure I'm under.
Someone should capture what your life is actually like. Maybe in a documentary?
Do you make movies?
Nancy leans over.
Ryan's very talented. He went to film school.
Best $120,000 I ever spent.
Yeah. In fact, I'm so talented, they're kicking me out of the house right after this film festival.
It was your father's idea.
Nancy!
I'm not taking an L in front of Santa.
You know, I could use somebody like you at the North Pole.
Really? What do you have in mind?
Take what you can get. Don't press the man for details.
I do have to ask, does it come with health care? Dental?
Mom, Dad, I can handle this. Dental is a deal breaker for me.
Bring your camera. Come up to the North Pole. We'll just have some fun and see about making a movie. What do you say?
I say dental?
Yeah, sure. I'll cover your dental.
Ryan shakes Santa Claus's hand.
Mom, Dad, I'm moving out.
Can we finish the film festival?
Let's finish it at your place.
Ryan grabs the DVDs and leaves Santa outside, jumping into the invisible sleigh. Nancy and Michael watch through the window as they fly off into the night.
Well, we are prepaid at the Mayflower Hotel.
Oh, what'd you have in mind?
Should we go there and try to score Crystal?
You've suggested we do drugs.
We're tired. It's boring.
End of Act 1. Act 2, exterior Santa's Village, day. Ryan sits next to Santa Claus in the sleigh as the reindeer land on a patch of snow surrounded by adorable red and green buildings. Elves circle around Ryan as he and Santa walk toward the workshop.
Man, did you see the look on my dad's face when you asked me to come with you? He's eating crow.
I love showing up places and being like, oh, I don't exist? Then what am I doing here?
Ryan and Santa Claus share a high five.
I want to introduce you to our head elf, Willie.
Willie, an elf dressed in a green shirt with white buttons and a green cap with red trim, waves up at Ryan.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Sartor. Can I get you some cocoa?
Wait a second. Willie was the name of the head elf in Fred Claus.
Sure. Yeah, John Michael Higgins is super down to earth.
People hate on Fred Claus, but Vince Vaughn did research, asked a lot of questions.
Yeah, that guy can talk.
Interior Santa's workshop, Santa's office, day. Ryan sits across from Santa Claus, his equipment bag next to him.
So, what kind of documentary do you want to make? Talking head? Fly on the wall?
Before Ryan can answer, Mrs. Claus walks in.
Oh, hello! You must be Ryan.
Great to meet you, Mrs. Claus. I've always wondered, what's your first name?
It's so funny that you ask. Mr. Claus and I were trying to think of what that was the other day, and neither of us could recall.
Oh, wow. It's not written down on a love letter or something that Santa wrote you? You know, when you were young.
You would think he'd have written me a love letter, and yet...
Our courtship started in 400 AD. Have you ever written with the quill and ink? It's whack.
Oh, Santa, did you have time to build that new stepping stool for the kitchen?
I think someone handled it. Ask Willie.
I'm not married to Willie.
Okay, I'll ask Willie.
When?
Later!
Thank you, my dear. Oh, and Ryan, so lovely to meet you. Has anyone offered you cocoa yet?
A bunch of people, yeah.
Mrs. Claus leaves. Santa turns to Ryan.
Why did you bring up her first name?
I was just curious.
Try to keep your curiosity in check.
But I'm making a documentary?
Maybe that's not such a great idea after all.
You know, we could make a narrative fiction film.
Audiences do love narrative fiction.
Maybe it could be about life before you were Santa.
We don't have the budget for that.
Can't you use some of your Christmas magic to help us with sets and special effects?
All of my Christmas magic goes towards helping the elves build toys and getting the reindeer flying.
Sure, but that's about other people. This movie is about you. How about practicing some self-care?
That's a good point. What about me?
Let me just ask a few questions for research.
Ryan takes out his iPhone and turns on the voice recorder.
Who did you date before Mrs. Claus?
I can't remember my wife's name. You think I recall woman I knew before her?
It's fine. I'll make something up.
Are you allowed to do that? I mean, since I'm a real person?
I don't know. Ask Oliver Stone.
Who?
Aaron Sorkin?
Not familiar.
You really just watch Christmas movies, huh?
Yeah, that's like my whole thing.
Well, yes, I can make stuff up, which would be great. I usually just write about women rejecting me, and I spend most of my free time with women so that they will reject me, and I'll have new things to write about. It's a vicious cycle.
Now that you've got a job working for me, maybe you'll have better luck with the ladies.
Just elves here, right?
Yeah, but maybe you could meet a human woman in Greenland.
How far do I have to set my Tinder radius?
Give or take 2,000 miles.
Interior Santa's workshop hallway later. Ryan is walking toward his guest room when Willie stops him.
Hey, can I chat with you for a sec?
I'm all set on the cocoa. Thanks, Willie.
Ryan tries to walk past, but Willie steps in his way.
My name is William, and we need to talk.
Oh, sure thing.
Hey, can you hold off on making this movie until after Christmas?
Santa's really excited about it now.
No, he just always gets distracted right before the big day. Last year, he made a podcast about the history of chestnuts.
That sounds kind of interesting.
They grow on trees. That's their thing.
Okay, William, I've got to go write a screenplay.
Ignore me at your peril.
I'm not scared. I like my personal relationships like I like my screenplays, full of drama.
Ryan walks off. Interior, Santa's workshop, Santa's office later. Ryan sets up his camera as Santa Claus and Olivia, an elf, read their scripts.
Basic story is that Santa Claus wants to create a holiday, but he has to deal with his attachment issues around dating.
Wasn't Christmas a holiday before Santa, like with baby Jesus?
No idea. Nick?
Yeah, sure. So you want us to kiss? I should probably check with Mrs. Claus.
Don't bother her. She'll love the movie when it's done.
Where's the rest of the script?
I'll write a few pages every morning and then we'll film those. It's how Hong Sang-soo makes stuff.
Who?
He's like South Korea's Albert Brooks.
Whatever. I need stuff for my reel. So my character kisses Santa and then he's just like obsessed with her afterward.
Is this realistic?
Of course it's realistic. I've done this exact thing many, many times. Santa's going to text her the next day and tell her it's a mistake and then change his mind a month later and try to marry her.
I thought you hadn't written the rest yet.
I'm writing it now. This is jazz, baby.
Willie bursts into the office.
Olivia, we're all backed up on teddy bears. Can you come down to the floor?
I'm busy.
Oh, do you need to go?
No, the workshop can run without her. Right, Willie?
Actually, it can't. And I told you to call me William.
You want us to call you William?
No, not you, Santa, him.
I didn't know you had a preference. William's fine for me.
No, fine. Everyone call me Willie.
Even me?
Nope, you're not. You're everyone, aren't you?
I don't like the tone you're using with my screenwriter.
Is he a screenwriter? Yeah, I checked his IMDb page, and he's only listed as miscellaneous crew.
They don't put development stuff on there.
Do you have stuff in development?
No.
Come on, Olivia, let's go. Santa, I'm sorry. You'll have to find another actress.
I don't want to go back to the workshop. This is a higher calling.
But Olivia, we had plans.
I'm loving this chemistry. Can you act, Willie?
Love triangle? I love that idea.
It's 2 days before Christmas. You need to take work seriously.
Oh, now you're my boss? You gonna boss me around?
You know what? Forget this. I quit.
Willie takes off his L pad and heads out the door.
Willie, wait.
Let him go. He was slowing us down.
Ryan looks at Olivia.
Aren't you gonna go after him?
We went on one date. He's obsessed with me.
Been there.
Ryan grabs the boom mic.
All right, let's film this.
Santa Claus and Olivia get close to each other, about to kiss.
This is awkward.
It's a lot more awkward when you talk about how awkward it is.
Camera rolling, sound speed, and action.
Right as Santa Claus leans in for the kiss, Mrs. Claus bursts into the room.
What the hell is this?
Santa Claus and Olivia pull apart.
Cut, Mrs. Claus. We've got a closed set.
Your new girlfriend?
Hi, it's just a job for me. I find your husband sexually repulsive.
You hear that, baby? Repulsive.
I'm loyal to this marriage for 1,600 years, and then I find you kissing another woman?
Once again, we're acting.
Oh, yeah? How about you and I do a little John Wick style acting? All I need is a pencil to dice your ass.
What is that? John Wick?
Christmas movies are not the only kinds of movies, Nick. And you're not the only kind of man. Brad Pitt slid into my DMs recently.
Mrs. Claus starts to walk out.
Where are you going?
I asked you for one thing. A new stepping stool.
Oh my God, the stepping stool.
Maybe it's time for me to date other people too. Someone who appreciates me.
Baby, don't go.
Mrs. Claus leaves. Santa turns to Olivia.
Should we date? Or is that crazy?
I'm out of here. There's a guy in Greenland who said he'd take my headshots.
Interior Santa's workshop continuous. Ryan heads down the hall and sees Olivia talking to elves as she heads for the exit. The elves start to get all riled up. Some of them grab poster boards. One of them writes strike on it. Ryan runs over.
Whoa, guys, you don't want to strike?
Why shouldn't they? Santa works them tirelessly. No 401k.
Who taught you about 401ks?
This is the North Pole, not Mars.
I thought you were leaving.
I can get headshots later. I've been a North Pole elf my whole life. It's time we stand up for what's right.
The other elves cheer and file out of the workshop holding strike signs and chanting.
What I should have said was nothing.
Ryan walks down the hall toward his office. Out his window, he sees world-famous movie star and Academy Award winner Brad Pitt getting off a sleigh. Mrs. Claus greets him with a kiss.
I'm so glad you could make it.
Me too, babe. Do you have some Twinkies or like a bowl of popcorn? Something I can munch on?
I just baked some Christmas cookies.
Mrs. Claus, you're the best.
I need to come up with a first name for myself.
Do you?
End of Act 2. Act 3. Interior Santa's workshop day. A group of elves are banging on Santa's office door. Ryan moves past all of them and uses his key to open the door, locking it behind him. Interior Santa's office continuous. Ryan sees Santa sitting in a recliner watching a DVD of The Mexican starring Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt.
Come on, Santa, turn that off.
I can't believe Mrs. Claus is dating that guy.
They're probably just hanging out.
I also can't believe there hasn't been a Blu-ray release of The Mexican. DreamWorks is falling down.
At least you're watching a non-Christmas movie. Wait, why are we talking about this? You have to give the elves what they demanded.
What are they asking for?
They want you to use your Christmas magic to help build toys again, rather than make movies.
No way. If I make a hit movie, Mrs. Claus will see that I'm not a loser.
Let's just make it in January.
I need to win her back now. Have you found an actress to replace What's-Her-Face?
None of the elves will talk to me. They're all screaming, waving picket signs.
Ryan's phone rings. His caller ID says, "The President of the United States."
I should take this.
Ryan moves to the far corner of the room.
Hello?
Intercut with interior, the White House, the Oval Office, same time. Joe Biden is on the phone. "This is Joe Biden, U.S. President. May I please speak with Santa Claus?"
Yeah, one sec. Hey, I've got the leader of the free world on the line for you.
Santa Claus is watching TV.
I just started Gore Verbinski's director commentary track. It's gonna be a while.
He's indisposed, but don't worry, Mr. President. We're going to give in to the elves' union demands and get back on track.
No, we're not!
Santa's right. They can't be reasoned with. You have to crush these cockroaches.
That's a little dramatic. I thought you're pro-union.
I thought you were a little dick squirrel.
I don't know what that means, but go on.
We're going to replace the Christmas elves. My scientists are developing new tech that will turn unemployed humans into elves with the ears and the squeaky voices.
Sounds dangerous.
It sure is, but unemployed people are volunteering. I'm a job creator.
What'll you do with the elves who are here now?
We'll send them on a long vacation, if you know what I mean.
Are you talking about murder?
Whoa, who said murder? I'm talking about a long vacation.
I know murder winking when I see it.
Okay, I'll negotiate with the current elves. What about this for a compromise? we've also got some other scientists who are developing pseudo-bear hibernation technology so the elves can sleep for a long time after Christmas, and then not at all in the months leading up to it.
Your scientists are doing this instead of what exactly?
You're a bottleneck, Sartor. Can I talk to someone reasonable?
Listen, just let me sort this out. I can fix it.
Interior Santa's workshop, Mrs. Claus's office later. Ryan finds Mrs. Claus in the kitchen, pulling homemade Twinkies out of the oven.
Where's Brad Pitt?
He's out getting cocoa. To be honest, he's kind of boring. No leading man.
He's great in Moneyball.
Even in that, he's second banana to baseball.
Mrs. Claus, your husband is falling apart. Christmas is falling apart.
Well, he should have thought about that before he kissed an elf.
They didn't even kiss.
But he wanted to. Besides, it was time for me to leave. We haven't had sex in a while.
Couples go through dry spells.
It's been 900 years.
Do you know what people in the rest of the world do when they want to leave their partners at Christmas?
I'm guessing the answer's something other than they leave.
They wait until the holidays are over.
Interior Santa's workshop, office later. Santa is watching the Friends episode with Brad Pitt. Ryan knocks on the door.
I've got a visitor.
He sees Brad Pitt is on TV.
That's right. The I Hate Rachel Green Club.
Turn that off.
Santa Claus does.
I don't care about anything. I just want my wife back.
Well, here I am.
Santa runs over to Mrs. Claus and hugs her.
What about Brad Pitt?
He's kind of squinty.
He is kind of squinty.
Ryan thinks about it and then nods in agreement.
You're not just doing this to save Christmas, right?
Enough with the Inquisition, Santa. You've got toys to make.
Yeah, but my question was...
Ask it on December 26th. Let's go.
Ryan leads Santa towards the door.
The truth is, I can't do this without...
Me, I know. It's sweet.
No, Willie.
Interior Santa's workshop, Willie's room later. Willie is packing his things. Ryan knocks on the edge of the door and walks in.
Oh, hey. I really thought you'd be gone by now.
What? You want the storage space?
Santa needs you.
Yeah, well, I don't need him.
Listen, the sleigh takes off in 6 hours. Let's do it for the nice kids, right?
They got presents last year. They'll be fine without him.
You know, one thing that's been eating me since I've been here, that naughty nice list that you've got, there are no naughty kids. They're all good kids. Some of them feel scared. Some of them...
Are you doing the speech from Fred Claus?
Only if it's working.
It is, actually.
Interior Santa's workshop, work floor. Ryan approaches the workers who are holding up strike signs.
Hey, everyone, if I can have your attention.
Olivia turns around, encouraging the elves to put down their signs.
Let's hear him out.
I thought you left a while ago.
You want to argue with me? Should we just keep striking?
Okay, sorry. Look, Santa is back.
Santa sheepishly approaches.
Hey, everyone. I just wanted to apologize and to say that you're all getting pay increases. Unlimited candy canes for everyone.
Cut the shit, Santa. We want money.
Oh, yes. And money, too.
Brad Pitt walks up behind Santa Claus.
Oh my God, it's Brad Pitt!
The elves scream excited.
I just wanted to say that I was briefly dating Mrs. Claus, and she talked a lot about how great you elves are. And I'm sure that Santa Claus will come to the table with an agreement that will make you all happy.
The elves cheer.
Great. Well, if no one else has anything to say.
Hey, honey.
Ryan sees his parents, Michael and Nancy, walking in.
Mom, Dad, how did you get here?
JetBlue, actually. They won't fly to Hartford, but they'll take you to the North Pole.
We wanted to see how your big movie was going.
The movie's on hold.
It's canceled. We're not doing it.
Yeah, well, we both decided.
I decided.
This is very disappointing.
I mean, I'm at the North Pole. I started making a movie with Santa Claus. That's kind of impressive, right?
You know what you could do? You should.
There's no time. Santa's got to go.
Santa gets in his sleigh and the elves pack it full of toys.
On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, and Vixen.
As the sleigh starts flying, Mrs. Claus calls out,
I'm leaving you.
I can't hear you.
I'm leaving you.
Sorry, these reindeers are loud. We'll talk when I get back. Merry Christmas.
Ugh.
The shot of Mrs. Claus turns to a drawing in a book. We pull out, see Joe Biden closing a book he's been reading titled Christmas is Canceled. Joe Biden looks right at the camera. And then he exclaimed as he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and those elves better not strike. I swear to God, I'll fucking kill them next time. The end. Thanks, everybody, for watching this amazing cast. Thanks, everybody, and have a great holiday.